In today's video, we're going to check out the most viral moments from courtrooms where models are found guilty of their crimes. Let's jump right into the first case and see what happened. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video to help the channel creating more content for your enjoyment. Thank you very much. Let's start. Once a model and actor from Beverly Hills, Gina, and a doctor who was against vaccines broke into the US Capitol in 2021. Now Gina has been given a sentence of 2 years and 8 months in federal prison. After that, she'll be on probation for 3 years because of what she did during the insurrection. According to prosecutors, after the mob got past the police, Strand and Gold went into the Capitol and went to the House chamber. When they were there, they were part of a group that faced off with more officers. When they left the Capitol, Gold stopped in Statuary Hall and talked about stopping the vote certification. Then they went to the Rotunda, where the Gold gave another speech criticizing COVID-19 lockdowns. Washington DC, a federal jury found John Strand guilty of a serious crime called obstruction of an official process. He was also found guilty of some other smaller crimes. John Strand, who's 40 years old, was told June 1st that he must pay a fine of $10,000 according to documents from the court. During the pandemic, Strand, who used to model underwear and act in movies, he talked about a group called American Frontline Doctors who don't like vaccines. This group was started by Simon Gold, a doctor from Beverly Hills. She spread a lot of wrong information about the coronavirus. They went to the US Capitol on January 6 after Trump spoke. They were part of the big group that caused chaos. Because of them, Congress couldn't finish saying that Joe Biden won the election for president. The government lawyers didn't like what Strand did. They said he shouldn't have tried to gather money for his legal defense when he already had lawyers signed by the court. On the Capitol steps, Strand took a series of selfies, made a vulgar gesture to the police officers, and boasted on Twitter about having stormed the Capitol. Prosecutors wrote in a sentencing brief also, Strand has since leveraged his crimes in extensive self-promotion in which he seeks money for legal services, even on taxpayers' shoulder the actual burden of his criminal defense. What do you think about the outcome? Write your thoughts down below and don't forget to subscribe and like the video. In the next court case, Cosplay Model was sentenced to 25 years in prison for killing her fiancé. The jury didn't believe her when she said she acted in self-defense. Melissa Turner, who dressed up as characters from movies and games called Cosplay, got sent to jail for 20.5 years because she killed her fiancé Matthew Trussler. She's 29 years old. They said she stabbed him on purpose. She told the court that he hurt her first and she had to defend herself. But the judge didn't believe her. Matthew's family also said he never hurt her. The judge didn't think Melissa's story was true. This jury did not believe her claims of self-defense, nor does this court. The judge said in court, according to news, Turner refused to accept an offer before she was found guilty. This deal would have meant going to jail for 25 years. She said Trussler had been mistreating her for a while, and it all came to a head when he attacked her in October 2017. According to her, after he had been drinking all day and night, he woke her up. Turner said Trussler choked her, threw her across the counter, and then grabbed a knife. Although he put the knife down, he started to strangle her, she claimed. Thinking he was going to kill her, she defended herself by stabbing him with the same knife. I loved him and I didn't want to do that to him, she reportedly told the court. Last thing that he wanted, he always tried to hide his drinking, his mental health, and how depressed he was. He tried to hide it from everyone. The last thing that he wanted was the world to know any of it. Authorities stated that Melissa took nearly 4 hours to ask for help after she stabbed Trussler. They used the man's watch, which showed his heart rate, as evidence. When the first responders got there, Melissa initially said she didn't know what happened to Trussler. She just mentioned that she found him on the back patio. This is not a story of a poor innocent girl, said Matthew's brother Sean Trussler. This is a woman who initially isolated and manipulated a good kid away from his loving, supportive family. What a crazy story. Write down that she got what she deserved. In this crazy courtroom verdict, the person known as the Underwear Queen has been given a 1-year suspended sentence for performing dangerous motorcycle stunts. So let's find out what exactly the Vietnamese police punished her. A well-known Vietnamese underwear model nicknamed the Underwear Queen got a 1-year suspended sentence for causing trouble on social media. She posted videos of herself doing dangerous motorcycle tricks on Facebook. Trin, who's 34 years old, was released soon after the court gave her the sentencing in the morning. With a suspended sentence, she doesn't have to go to jail. According to Vietnamese media, police arrested her because of her viral videos. In the clips, she was seen lying down on a motorcycle, kneeling on the seat, riding without hands, and putting both legs on the side of the bike. Experts in law explained to the news that the accusations against her didn't make sense. They said this because she wasn't driving on the road and wasn't saying anything bad about the government. When she was in court, Trin said that she was learning to ride a big motorbike with a teacher named Dong. She wanted to get a license for it. Trin also mentioned that she asked Dong to show her some fancy driving moves and copy what she saw in other videos online. Dong was sentenced to 1.5 years for disrupting social order, using fake documents on the same day. Lawyer mentioned that the authorities wanted to send a message to people with lots of followers on social media using this case. The judges needed to follow the law, not what someone else tells them, he explained. Before the trial, Trin made a video apology at the police station and warned others to copy her actions. That's an interesting case right there. Now a fitness model who was filmed having an intimate moment with a 14-year-old girl has avoided jail. Adam Edward Rakovich, a man from Queensland, won't go to jail for being involved in a group video with a minor girl. Let's find out why. In 2016, the 20-year-old influencer who used to be a fitness model got arrested. Why? Because his friends found videos on their phones that showed him with a group, including the 6-year-old girl having sex. His name is Rakovich. Rakovich pleaded guilty of 2 counts of unlawful carnal knowledge of a child under 16. The judge, Bill Everson, decided not to send him to jail. Instead, he gave Rakovich a punishment where he won't have to go to jail as long as he behaves for 6 months. The lawyer for the government, Melanie Franklin, explained that the girl knew she was being recorded during the first incident in May 2015. However, she didn't know about the second incident, which happened 4 days later in the shower. The police found the videos when they searched his house in June 2015. They were looking for evidence of him having steroids, which they thought he might have. He hasn't shared anything online on Instagram since then. He couldn't go online because of his bail rules. In 2016, Rakovich got sentenced to 160 hours of community service because 290 capsules were found at his house. And following shocking court case, in Honolulu, a Playboy model named Shannon Teresa Murray Schwartz is facing serious charges. The allegations say that she tried to pay a federal agent to bribe a judge to release her boyfriend on bail. He's waiting for his trial on charges related to ammunition. According to a report filed by federal authorities, Schwartz supposedly tried to give $5,000 to a special agent from Homeland Security Investigations. She wanted the agent to help get her boyfriend, Billy Wilhelm Hunsinger, out of Honolulu's federal detention center, where he's being held under supervision. Hunsinger is accused of having 205 rounds of Remington bullets and nearly $5,000 worth of crystal meth. The Honolulu Star Advisor stated that Honolulu's police took Hunsinger into custody on January 11. This happened after someone reported seeing him carrying a gun while knocking on a house door. During the police research, they found a type of a gun called Ghost Gun that didn't have a serial number. They also discovered over 200 bullets, a pin of a grenade, and about 115 grams of a white substance that they believe is crystal meth to that time. Additionally, they found 5 grams of another substance that they think is cocaine. The accusations of bribery came out when a special agent from HSI said he got many calls, texts and voicemails from someone named Schwartz on February 21, according to official court documents. According to those papers, Schwartz supposedly said she was referred to the agent by a high-profile inmate to take care of a problem. She also allegedly wanted to meet the agent face-to-face so he could see she was serious and willing to pay him. "I can help with whatever you need, not sure what your services cost," she allegedly texted on February 22. They met each other at Starbucks. Schwartz supposedly said he'd give the agent $5,000 for his assistance. She supposedly agreed to give the agent some money up front as a sign of trust, and the rest later when Hunsinger was set free. "Thank you so much. You don't know how important this is to me. I appreciate you," she allegedly messaged the agent of the meetup. They meet again on March 7 to make the first payment. She put $2,500 in cash inside a plastic cup and handed over at the international airport. Nicole Hudspeth, who works as a special assistant US attorney, filed a motion. She got released by paying $25,000 unsecured bond. Kelsey Turner, used to be in Magazines for Men, got a punishment in Nevada. She spent 10 to 25 years in jail because she killed a doctor from California. They found the doctor's body in 2019 in the trunk of a car near Las Vegas. She's 29 years old. Last November, she agreed to something called an awful plea and a deal on her sentence. This meant she wouldn't go to trial. She admitted that lawyers could prove she was guilty of second-degree murder. The person she killed was Thomas Kirk Burkhardt, a 71-year-old from Salinas, California. Turner used to be a model for Playboy Italy and Maxim magazine. She was crying in court, but she didn't say anything. She was sentenced after her ex-boyfriend Joe Logan Kennison got sentenced in July. He got 18 to 45 years in prison for pleading guilty to second-degree murder. And conspiracy. According to the police and prosecutors, Turner and Burkhardt had a close relationship. Burkhardt was paying the rent for a house in Las Vegas where Turner Kennison and their roommate Diana Nicole Penna lived. When Burkhardt's longtime girlfriend Judy Erb reported him missing in Salinas, the police found Turner, Kennison and Penna together. It seemed that after Burkhardt's death, they quickly left the house they were living in. The coroner in Clark County discovered that Burkhardt was killed by being hit on the head with something, and this caused unique injuries. They found a broken door and various items connected to Kennison in the bedroom, along with blood and cleaning stuff. In the garage there were more signs of blood, footprints and the cleaning stuff. Police also mentioned finding blue and white towels at the house that matched one found with Burkhardt's body in Turner's car. According to the police, they found fingerprints belonging to Penna and Kennison in the car. They also found a baseball cap. In court, Erb accused Turner of pretending to be Burkhardt and taking his money. Erb says she thinks Turner tricked Burkhardt into going to Las Vegas in 2019. Before, she said that Turner took more than $300,000 from Burkhardt when he tried to stop her. Cops and lawyers claimed that Turner, Kennison and Penna murdered Burkhardt in 2019 and left his body in Turner's car trunk. The car was discovered deserted on a dirt road between Las Vegas and Lake Mead National Recreation Area. Penna was now 34 years old, used to work as a bartender at a hotel on the Las Vegas Strip. In 2019, she admitted in court that she was involved in a murder case. She confessed to helping tidy up the place where Burkhardt was killed and then leaving Las Vegas with Kennison and Turner. Later on, Turner was caught in Salinas while Kennison was apprehended in Las Vegas. Next case. Salma Al-Shimi, who is well known as a model and influencer, has been given a 2-year prison sentence. This happened because she shared content on the internet that authorities thought was inappropriate. Salma Al-Shimi, an Egyptian model and social media influencer, had been given a punishment by the law. She had to spend 2 years in prison and pay a fine of $3,200. This happened because she posted things online that were considered not suitable by the authorities. She has a big following on social media with over 1 million people on Facebook and 3 million on TikTok. The reason for her punishment that she shared content online that was seen against the values of families and could lead to bad behavior. Over the last few years, some Egyptian women have faced accusations of behaving in these ways. Back in 2020, Al-Shimi and the guy who made the pictures got in trouble. They were arrested because of a photo shoot they did at the step of the pyramid, an ancient monument near Cairo. Some people thought the photos were not suitable. However, Al-Shimi has taken down those photos from her Instagram since then. In following case, a British model has been sent to prison in Peru because he tried to sneak cocaine. A British guy who is a model and posts videos on TikTok got put into jail in Peru for almost 7 years. This happened because he got caught trying to take cocaine out of the country. They caught him at the airport. He had 2.9 kilograms of cocaine hidden in a suitcase. The 25-year-old person got a punishment of 6 years and 8 months in a prison in Peru. The court says the drugs were supposed to go to the UK. They found the drugs hidden in the back of the person's suitcase during a search, as mentioned by the Superior Court of Justice. The court said that the person got the punishment after admitting they smuggled drugs and they also had to pay a fine. Peru's Supreme Court, in a statement on social media platform X, said the person whose name is Adams got jailed because they organized sending about 3 kilograms of cocaine to London. They even shared a picture of Adams edited to look like they were in jail. Adams recently shared pictures of his social media of his trip to Peru. According to reports from the area, Lincoln Fuentes, an anti-drug prosecutor, mentioned that this wasn't the first instance of Adams carrying drugs abroad. The UK Foreign Office stated that they are helping a British citizen who got arrested in Peru and are coordinating with the local authorities. The press from the UK Foreign Office stated that they are helping this British citizen who got arrested in Peru and are coordinating with the local authorities. In this following case, Tara Lambert, who used to be a fashion model, was found guilty of trying to pay someone to kill her husband's ex-wife. Now she has to spend 7 years in prison as her punishment. Tara Lambert got annoyed and started tapping her fingers on the table and shook her head, saying no when the prosecutors argued she should go to jail. She even interrupted the judge while he was talking. So Tara Lambert hired someone to hurt her husband. But then her husband spoke up in court, telling the judge about how much their lives has been messed up because of what she did. It wasn't shocking when Judge Randall Neese showed his frustration. He called Lambert a person who manipulates and deceives others for life. Then he decided she should spend 7 years in prison for planning to commit a serious crime of murder. You are out of control. You've been out of control since the 8th grade, referring to her own trial testimony that she had lived with her first boyfriend at that age. Niece mentioned that Lambert's therapist in a report observed that Lambert was overstating things to try to deceive the doctor during a personality test. I am not the monster portrayed in this trial. I never meant this situation to get so out of control, but it did. In January, after a trial lasting 2 days, a jury took only 45 minutes to decide that Lambert, who used to be a model and is now 33 years old, she was accused of paying someone to murder Kelly Cook. The mother of her 2 teenage stepdaughters, Lambert gave $125 to a man who later turned out to be an undercover deputy sheriff from Franklin County as a down payment for the job. Additionally, she provided him with a photo of Cook along with written details on the back, including Cook's address, descriptions of her vehicles, and instructions on how to monitor her movements. Which courtroom case do you think was not made justice to? If you know court cases that could be featured on the channel, please write it in the comment section. Take a second to write your thoughts down below. Please subscribe to our channel and check out one of these videos. See you in our next courtroom video. Take care.